Uh, Aksh, can you hear us? You just, yeah, please just mute yourself.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so coming back into the point, engineering and medical are the best career options. In this thing, the main influence that made the students to think in this way is many of the people will only be talking about engineering and medical careers. You will not be hearing about any other medical career. So that way you feel it in a way like engineering and medical are the best career options, even though there are many other career options where you will be getting paid better than an engineer or a medical career. So there are many other career options are also available better than this thing. Now, coming into the next misconception that people will be having, do what others are doing and money will follow. Like in this time, what you will be feeling it in a way, like just imagine it in a way, like there is a relative in your house or there is a relative in your family who is in any of the profession, and he is earning a lot of money in that profession also. So the automatically the students will have a mentality to do the same way, like to do what the courses or what the career that he has done or she has done, and then automatically we'll have a thinking it in a way like once we've done that course, then the money will be following us. This is also a really great misconception that the students or the parents will be having in their mind, because for each person the achievability or their capability in each career differs from person to person. Maybe I'll be good in talking, but some other person will not be good in talking. So at the same way, if both of them are getting into a marketing career, then the person who is good in talking will succeed in that career, but the person who is not good in talking, he will not succeed in marketing career, because marketing you need to have a lot of conversation with the people, where you need to convince the people with your talking capability. So a person who is not good in that is not going to get into that field. So this way, please make sure it in a way like you are not following what others are doing, and don't keep it in your mind it in a way like then money will be following it in your hand. This is also a one more misconception that most of the people will be having. And then third one, coming into third one, your major in college will lead to your career. So this is also a misconception where most of the people are having in their mind. Now you just
One second, Gladson, I request you, you can mute everyone right now because I'm trying to message them. I think they are not online, or I don't know. Aksh, they have their mic is on. We are getting disturbance from them.
yeah, 1 second.
Aksh, can you hear us? Can you mute yourself, please? It's a disturbance coming. Now, okay, done. Done. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. Okay, what will happen in between when the disturbance are coming like this is like the flow that we have created that will automatically be wasted. So I request everyone to please keep yourself in mute, so that it will be an there will not be any disturbance for anybody who is listening or whom is talking in this webinar. Okay, then now coming back into the point, your major in college will lead to your career. So imagine it in a way like you have done engineering and then you are getting into MTech. So after completing MTech, automatically it's not that final stage that you have to work in the field where the MTech people are working into. So for example, you can see the most of the people those are completed MTech. Mainly there are, you can see it in a way like there are many people who are working in the teaching profession, where they don't require an MTech to become a teacher over there. So this way, your major, whatever that you are going to study in your college, is not going to decide your career in that way. Because when you are doing your major or when you are starting your studies in your college, you will understand little bit more about your capabilities and your interest, because you are exposed, because you are open to an environment where your abilities can be developed. So please don't keep it in your mind a misconception that your major in the college will lead to a proper career. Okay. Now, coming back into the next point, a degree from a premier institute is an assurance for lifelong success. This is also as a misconception. Many of the people are having it in a way like, okay, once you are getting into an NIT or an IIT, your career is set. The people will be saying it also in a way like when you got an admissions in your NIT, your career is set. This thing, I'll just give you an example in a very minimal way. Like for the students, the parents, or from the relatives, or from anybody, you'll be hearing this thing in a way like once you're done with your 10th grade, your struggle is end. Then you can enjoy your life. Same repeatedly, you will hear it in your 12th grade also, it in a way like once you're done with your 12th grade, your life is set, you are going to enjoy your life. Same thing you will hear it when you are getting into your degree also. Once your degree is done, your life is going to be set. The same thing you will hear it when you are getting into your masters also. So it's not going to end. Like when you are getting into a premier institute, let it be NIT or let it be IIT. Why I'm taking NIT and IIT is just because of that. That's the premier institute name. Whenever we think about a premier institute, that's an institute which comes into your mind. That's the only thing I'm taking an NIT or an IIT. Even you can think about AIMS, or even you can think about JIPMER, any of these type of colleges. Once imagine it in a way like you are getting into an NIT or an IIT. There also there is a hard work that you need to put into your studies, because if you are doing it in NIT also, if you don't maintain an CGPA of 9 and or 8 and above, then your career is not going to be that easy as the other IITians or other NITians. So that means whatever the hard work that you have to put for studying or getting into that level, that you have to continue even after you are getting into a premier institute, or even after you are getting into your job level. So don't think it in a way like getting an admission into a premier institute is the stage where your career is set. No, it's not going to happen it that way. Now, coming into the next point, education from abroad college lead to a successful career. This is also a misconception that most of the people are having it in their mind, that thinking it in a way like after completing your 12th grade, getting an admissions in Australia or getting an admissions in New Zealand or going to UK or getting into USA or these type of countries is going to give you a proper career in that. Please don't have this misconception also in your mind, because when you are getting into abroad educations, your competitions are going to be little bit more wider. Even though your opportunities are going also to be wider, but the competition is also going to be wider in abroad educations also. As of right now, you can see from past 3 years there is a huge number of changes in the candidates who is applying for abroad education. Before 3 years there was a very less number of candidates who is applying for abroad educations, but right now if you see, most of the people tend to go for abroad education. So automatically you can think it in a way like the competitions for abroad education is also going to be higher, even though the opportunities are also higher. So please don't have a misconception in your mind stating that getting into an abroad education college or getting into an abroad college is going to give you a proper career in it. That is also not a correct thinking. Now, coming into offbeat careers. How many of you know that what is offbeat careers? What actually is offbeat careers? Any of you people are having an idea about what exactly is offbeat careers? Yeah, it's okay, no problem. Offbeat careers are basically, you can call it as the new age careers. So you can call it as it in a way like where you don't need a proper education, but your capability and your interest is highly required in this field. So imagine it in a way like YouTube. Like right now, YouTuber is becoming as a profession for many of the people, where they don't need a proper qualification for that, but they are also earning in a monthly basis. Same way how you are taking your salary after getting a job, same way the YouTuber is also earning by themselves, or an Instagram influencer. So these all are called as an offbeat careers. Freelancers, they are also called as offbeat careers, but they'll be master in one of the qualities that they have in it. Like when you come into YouTubers, there are many different variants of YouTubers that you will be seeing. There will be technology related YouTubers, there will be cooking related YouTubers, there will be travel related YouTubers, but they will be a master or the best guy in that field. So you have to be a master in it, but you don't require a proper education for getting into these type of careers. So that are the careers which is called as offbeat careers, or you can call it as new age careers, where these careers were not existing from last 20 years, and right now these careers are existing in the world and they are doing better than any other careers. So don't have a misconception in your mind it in a way like if you are having a thought in your mind that okay, I need to get into an offbeat career, and don't think it in a way like it doesn't has a career opportunity or it doesn't pay you well in than any other professional career. These offbeat careers also will be paying you better or far more better than the normal careers. Okay. Now, coming into the next point, a recognized organization or a bigger brand implies a better career. Now here, after completing your getting into your 12th grade, once you're done with your stream selection and after completing your degree or any of your whatever the studies that you have done, when you think about a career or a job opportunity, most of the people has this thinking in their mind that only getting into a recognized organization or a bigger brand will give you a better career. But in this case, everyone needs to keep one thing in your mind it in a way, like whatever the bigger brand that you are seeing right now was a small brand or a startup, or maybe 20 years back or 10 years back or 5 years back. So that people have started that brand as a startup, and then they have put their best people into the system, and then they have developed it into a right now as a bigger brand or an recognized organization. Say you can call it as Google, or you can call it as Facebook, or you can call it as any of the companies like Amazon, or any of these companies that right now you see, they were also a startup and they had also a struggling stage. So getting into a smaller organization also can give you a lot more opportunities in yourself where you can explore different areas. So please don't have a misconception in your mind it in a way like after completing your degree, then automatically when you are only getting into a big brand, then only your career will be set. Now coming into the next point, if you can't find a job, start a business. So this most of the students will be having it in their mind it in a way like right now even the opportunity for business is also very high. This most of the people will be having in their mind, if I'm not able to find a job, then I'll just start with a business, or I'll get into a business where my family is running into it. Please don't have this misconception that if you are not able to find a job, or if you are not able to find a proper career in that, then it's a shortcut to start a business. No, to start a business, it requires a lot of involvement in it. It requires a lot of experience, a lot of market studies, where you need to be an expert in one thing that you are going to do. So if you are not able to find a job, then it's not a solution to start a business in that. So please don't have a misconception in your mind in this way also. Okay, now coming back into the main point, one of the main point, which is our decision making processes. So what all are the influences that you have when you are thinking about going for a stream selection? So basically, what all are the influences that you have when you think about getting into after 12th grade, after 10th grade, taking a stream selections of for 11th or 12th grade? So here, the main decision making point will be parental aspiration or pressure from specific careers. So like as your parents will be there, so the parents will be saying it in a way like, okay, become a doctor or become an engineer or become an get into this college, or like where you will be finding the people around you doing only these specific careers. So you will be having automatically a pressure on yourself stating that you have to get into this only into this career, or you have to only get into this college, or you have to only select this stream after this thing. Actually, this is not the actual method where you have to select a stream, or when you are thinking about a career option, parental aspiration or pressure from the specific career is not a proper option or the method to do a stream selection or a career selection. Because I'll give you a small example in a way like your parents, when they were doing this 10th grade, or when they were doing the 12th grade, the situation or the environmental situation was entirely different, and right now the competition or the situation is entirely different. So they'll be having limitations of getting into or giving you a proper idea about what is the exact thing that you will be getting in, or what is the exact career that will be suitable for you. So this is not the proper way to do the career selections. Now coming back into market or current trends. Now always remember it in a way like, when you are in your 10th grade, when you are thinking it in your mind it in a way like, okay, I want to be an engineer in it. Now you just imagine you have another 2 years to complete your 11th and 12th grade. After that, you have minimum 4 years to complete your degree. So this will comprise almost near around 6 to 7 years in total. So after this 6 years only, you will be able to get into a proper job oriented career. So it is not going to be the same market condition or the current trend after 7 years. So please don't keep this as a criteria and go for your selection. That is not going to be a proper criteria where you will be able to choose a stream or to choose a proper career in this thing, market or current trends. But Always you have to have an idea about what is the current market situation and the current trends which is happening in the market. This idea you have to have, but when you are selecting a stream or when you are selecting a and career related to that, always have a thinking in your mind that I'm going to get into this career after 7 years. So will it be suitable at that time also, or will this market study or will this current strength will be able to help you out at that time also? So that idea you should always be having in your mind. Now, coming into the next and most important thing, like always, like when we go for this career guidance sessions, or when we go for this career selections, or when we go for this webinar sessions for the students, the most of the people or the most of the parents that they'll be coming up with the one question with us it in a way like my child should get into a proper career where they'll be earning maybe lakhs or maybe lakhs or 1.5 lakhs per month, so that their life is also set. They don't want to get into any other yeah, they don't want to have any other problems in their life. Always think in this way that once you are selecting your career, just by keeping in the mind that okay, I should be getting this much amount of money as salary in that career after completing that course and then getting into a job, and I should get this much amount of salary. Please don't do your stream selection, neither your career selection, by keeping this in your mind that which is the course that is going to pay me well. So once you are taking that selection, because when you are becoming into a job selection stream, or when you are getting into that type, as I had told earlier, it's going to take almost a 7 years of time for you to get into that field. So maybe when you are getting into that time, at that point, that career is not going to pay you as how you have imagined before 7 years, because the situations will change always, and each and every time the market situation changes, the current trend changes. According to that, there will be a changes happening in every organizations which is going to hire you up. So don't keep this in your mind and go for a proper career selection, or neither for a stream selection. Now coming back into the glamorous careers, like when you see this Instagram influences or YouTube influences, don't think it in your mind that whatever the fame or whatever the opportunities or whatever the money that they are getting, and don't keep yourself in their place and don't think about that career. It is also not going to give you a proper idea about what is the career which is good for you. Okay, now we have discussed about what all are the possible decision makers and what all are the misconceptions that the students were having in their mind. Now coming back into how to rectify this thing before getting into a stream selection or getting into a uh, career selections. Now the only method where we can rectify this thing is like to understand your aptitude, your interest and your IQ before going into any of your stream selection or getting into any of your career selections. To help this out, there are many career guidances or career counselors are there, where they will be having the current market conditions and where they will be having a little bit more idea better than you people or better than whoever that is going to help you out. And there are many scientific proven psychometric testers which is available also to understand your aptitude and your interest. Okay, now going into the what are the options that you have in your 11th and 12th grade after completing your 10th. So PCM, physics, chemistry, mathematics is one stream which you will be able to select in your 11th and 12th grade, where PCM will be mainly focusing into engineering streams. But there is one more beautiful thing that the PCM field has is, with PCM, you can get into any field related to humanities or arts or any other stream. So PCM has that privilege of getting into other field. Now, PCB, which is physics, chemistry, biology, this is the second option which everyone will be having in your 11th and 12th grade. Then PCMB, everything, all the four main subjects together: physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology. Now, coming in a discussion about whether you need to go for PCMB or whether you need to go for PCB or whether you need to go for PCM. So in this point, you need to always focus in one thing, that when you are selecting a science stream, which consists of physics, chemistry, mathematics, or physics, chemistry, biology, or physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics. You should always keep one thing in your mind, that your aim should be scoring above 80%, and your goal should be spending 8 hours for study. So if you have this mentality in your mind, that your aim is to score above 80%, and you will be able to spend 8 hours for study, then physics, chemistry, mathematics, or physics, chemistry, biology, or physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics is going to be the best stream for you. Because always when you are choosing the science option as a career, like science stream as a career option, you need to understand this difficulty it in a way, like the competitions in this field is much more higher than any other streams. Even though other streams also has the competition, but here the competition is very much higher. And here the time that you need to spend to make sure that you are better in this field is also higher, because physics, chemistry, and biology are the subjects which has practical also in it, and which also need to be done in theoretical way. Mathematics is also a difficult subject, so automatically your all four subject or three subject is going to be harder subject in it. And one more speciality here you need to always keep in your mind, that when you are taking a change from 10th grade to 11th grade, there is a very drastic change in the amount of chapter or amount of portion that you are going to study. In, for example, just for the example sake, in your 10th grade for physics you will be having maybe near around 5 chapters, and that too in 10th grade it is called a science, where physics, chemistry, and biology is together, and all together you will be having maybe near around 15 to 16 chapters. But when you are getting into your 11th grade, exactly for physics itself you will be having near around 16 to 70 chapters only for physics, and for chemistry also you will be having near around 16 to 17 chapters, and for biology also you will be having near around 20 to 21 chapters, and for mathematics also same way you will be having 16 to 70 chapters to study. So automatically there is a huge load change happening in your 11th grade, so you have to be prepared for that. So automatically it means that whatever the time that you were used to put in your 10th grade, you have to double that time when you are getting into science stream, especially in your 11th and 12th grade. So keep that in your mind. So if you are a student who is satisfied with the 60% of your mark, then always make sure it in a way like this is going to be a harder option for you. But always, as I had suggested in the earlier, make sure that before getting into any stream selection option or getting into a career options, make sure it in a way like you are going through a proper psychometric test or taking a help of a proper career counselor, where they'll be able to understand you in a very proper way and to give you guidance accordingly. Now, after completing with your science stream, now coming into your next stream, which you will be having is commerce and mathematics. Here, when you need to think about commerce stream, don't think excluding your mathematics. And most of the students does the mistake it in a way like, I'm not good with the science. That means physics, chemistry, and biology. I'm not good with that. So I'll be going into commerce stream. Please don't select your stream in this criteria also, because stream is something which you can't select like how the way you select your cloth or your food. Like you don't like biryani, so I'll be going to have rice thali. So not in that way you can't select the stream selection or neither your career selection, because according to your stream selection there is a high possibility that your career is also going to be in that way. So you can't select a stream in a way how you are going to select your food or your cloth, like you don't like this color so I'll be going with another color in this. That way please don't get into wrong misconception that the career or the stream is something which you can choose in that way. And coming back into commerce and mathematics stream, please don't think that commerce is an easier stream than science stream. It is not in that way. Even though there are little bit easierity that you are going to happen in your 11th and 12th grade, because there are no practical which is going to happen in commerce stream, but in science stream there are practicals which is going to happen, and the time that you need to spend is also not going to be that heavy as 8 hours. You can manage it with maybe near around 5 to 6 hours of time. But still here the difficulty which will happen is like after completing your stream, after completing your 12th grade, when you are aiming at a career, it's going to be very high. Like for example, CA is one of the most prominent career which you can think about when you are in commerce stream. But it is going to be literally hard for you to clear the 3 stages or the preliminary stage of CA, which is called as CPT examinations. And when you are thinking always about commerce, if you are really interested in commerce stream, then go for commerce stream. And I always suggest it in a way like, when you are going for commerce stream, take mathematics along with you. Reason behind is, after completing your commerce stream, whenever you are thinking about a greater career in your in your job opportunity or doing your degree programs in it, mathematics will be a great help for you. For example, CA or any other stream which is related to this thing, or law. After commerce you can get into law. Even after PCM also you can get into law, where you need to write CLAT examinations, common entrance examination, common law entrance examinations, which you need to write. So in all these stages there are a competitive examinations which you need to cross. So always I suggest with the students or with the parents it in a way like, if you are really interested in getting into commerce stream, then please make sure it in a way like you are taking mathematics along with you, which is going to be a great help for you. Now, coming into the third options, which is humanities and arts. Automatically, in this field, you need to be a little bit creative than any other field. Here, this is a field where you have to put actual interest into your career or into your studies, because arts and humanities is a field then you are putting your effort into studying and clearing it, where you need your creativity to support you in it. Because the career opportunities or the career options relating to this field has most of the relations with your creativity. Now imagine it in a way like, after humanities you are getting into a social worker field, or you are getting into, or you are going to do an MSW, which is Master of Social Work, where you need to have that literal interest to help others in it, or to understand others problems and to get into solutions in it. So like for an career counselor field, or getting into a psychologist, or getting into any of these career guidance fields, humanities is going to be a great support for them when they are building their career in the starting stages. Now let's discuss about little bit. Yeah, okay, I'll just stop over here. Anybody has any doubt that they have to clarify till now?
Yes, one question, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, this CLAT that you said, right? The CLAT for the law.
Yeah.
So now people, when they move from science stream to law, will they be comfortable, because the kind of scientific approach is different, the law approach is different?
Yeah.
Do you think that's easy move?
Sir, when you think about CLAT entrance examinations, where they'll be getting the admissions in national law universities, here the first step that they need to clarify is the competitive examination, which is called as CLAT. And in that competitive examinations, they'll have to study about law and reasoning type of questions, and there is English also in it. So here automatically a student who is having a science background is going to be, for them it is going to be little bit easier than any other streams to crack the competitive examinations, because they are already having the training in that level, because they had already done their difficult portions in their studies of 11th and 12th grade, and they will be getting into clearing that competitive examinations where they need to study for law and reasoning type of questions. In this field, the science stream students can perform a little bit more better in this field. But when coming into this law related portion in that entrance examination, they'll be having little bit difficulties in it, because they are not anywhere related to that in their science stream. Now coming back after clearing these examinations and getting into national law universities in anywhere in India, from there their entire career will be reframed. Whether you are a science student, or whether you are a humanities student, or whether you are a commerce student, once you are getting into a college level of preparations, in the first year the complete base for your studies will be given to you. For the just it's like a same example for your engineering, or for your any of other studies, any of your degree programs which you are going to do. The first year is the phase. If you are from any other streams and getting into that field, The first year is the frame where they'll be able to get the entire foundation. But for a student who is coming from commerce, it will be little bit easier for them. But for a student from science, they can easily cope up with that situation in 1 year of time or in 6 months of time. Sir, I hope that
Clear, sir. Thank you.
I hope it is clarified.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else has any doubt till now? Guys, I request one thing with everyone in a way, like please don't make this as a session where I'm just keep on talking and you people are just keep on listening. Let it be any simple thing or let it be anything that you have to share with us. You can openly share with us. There is no problem which is going to happen when you are sharing it. Maybe if you have some doubts or anything, you can just directly ask if like if
Sir,
you,
can I ask one more?
yeah, sure. Sure.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Now, can you make some relevance to the local market here in terms of the courses in Gulf and the entrance tests in Gulf?
Okay. Your child is in UAE, sir?
Yes, correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right now he is in 10th grade.
He will be. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now coming into the market changes, like we are also working in UAE itself, like exactly in Abu Dhabi, we are also having the center which we are doing it. So we come across in a students in an year, every year we come across with a different type of students. But when it comes to the like comparison between the UI students or between the Indian students, the most of the difficulties that we have faced over here is like lack of focus and lack of goal. So these two things we always find it out in a way, like for the students especially over here, they don't have that proper idea about what exactly to be done or how to get into that field. The main reason also is because they don't do that groundwork, because they will not be if you compare the students in between India and over here in UAE, the UI students has a lot of more opportunities to get an information regarding anything, because they are always open to advanced level of technologies than in any other countries. They are always open to advanced level of technologies, and they'll be able to get the informations in a fraction of second. They'll be able to get the information. But that easiness has created most difficulties for the people like us. When we have the discussion with the students, they'll wait till 12th grade to take that decision to come up with, or they'll wait till 10th grade till the end of the 10th grade to take a decision in a way like, okay, what's the career that I have to get into, or what's the plan that I have to get into. To understand this thing, it's very simple in a way, like when you ask with the students over here, what is the goal that you have set for your 10th grade, most of the people will be giving you an answer in a way like, okay, I require 90 to 95%. Only very few people will be giving you an answer in a way like, I need 95% of mark or 98% of mark. So when you fix that goal in your mind in a state that, okay, I need to get into that level, that means your mind is clarified, your goal is explained it in a very proper way, then you will be able to do the back end work for yourself. So everything will be clarified. And now coming into the market, like, or the job opportunities over here, mostly the students over here tend to have an thinking it in a way like competitive examinations in one side, and then getting into any other normal examinations in the normal colleges in the other side. Because of the need coming into the picture, the medical field right now is having much huge difficulties for the students over here in UAE to get into the medical field, because clearing the entrance level of examinations from here is little bit difficult portion that which they have to tackle it, because of the time differences in their schools and lack of the clarity that they are getting from the school people or the support that they are getting also, and lack of clarity in themselves. So these are the factors which will stop them from in putting that entire hard work. As I said it in a way, like when you are preparing for a competitive examinations or any other field in that way in your 11th and 12th grade, you should be prepared to put almost near around 8 hours of time into that. So 8 hours in a day, when you are putting into that much clarity you should be having in your mind regarding what you are going to do in it, or what is the next step that you are going to take in that. And now right now the Gulf students over here, they had an opportunity of sat 2 examinations in getting into NITs. From this year onwards, that opportunity is also not been there for getting into NITs in engineering, because they have to go with JEE main examinations in DASA scheme also. So comparing the opportunities over here, they have still a lot more opportunities available for them. But when it comes to the career field, the students should have that clarity in the starting itself. Okay, this is the field which I need to get into. And they should always be exploring different opportunities in that than just keeping themselves inside a pond and deciding the things. So they have a lot of opportunities available, but clarity always they have to build it, and hard work they always have to put it across in them.
That's very clear, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I wanted to also know.
Yes, sir.
When the children, generally, see, I'm into IT field, so I'm into applications and coding and software and that kind of stuff.
Yes,
so
sir.
I see my child, because seeing at me what I do and what I practice and what I experiment, he also starts becoming like a coder, a junior coder. Now, do you think, is that how he should do, or he has some other inbuilt skill which we need to explore and then decide which career he should opt for?
Sir, it's automatically in a way, like as I had said in the starting itself, environment and the atmosphere which the student is there, so that influence that student in a very high level. But here what we need to understand is in a way, like if that student is being put into an actual testing in that field, what they're right now interested in, will that student be putting their interest into it and coming up with it? So for example, if a student, by seeing their parent, if they have that interest in becoming into a coding field, always make sure it in a way, like there are right now many coding courses which they can do it in online, and they can start developing by themselves. So put them into that level of experiments. Whenever you find that free time for them, put them into that level of experiments where you will also get a clarity in a way, like, okay, he has that capability inside themselves to get into a better stage always. So imagine it in a way, like if a student has an interest in designing or getting into coding field, and he has just seen somebody else and he is trying to be like them, when you are giving them a little bit more areas in that coding, whether that student is not able to put his effort, or whether that student is not showing that much interest in it, then automatically you have to understand it in a way, like that's not the field where that student can get into. It is just because of that time being and some fascination getting into their mind that they are doing it. But here always interest can be developed also. So that is a way, like when he shows some interest in something, always make sure that you are taking a step ahead on a daily basis or on a monthly basis for him, so that if he has that literal interest carrying in by himself, he'll always cop up with that situation. Like when you're asking him to do a course on coding, or when you're asking him to do something, developing something into that, when he finds that interesting, he'll always find time to put for that. Irrespective of whatever be the programs that you have, he'll find the time to put into that. So that's where you can understand that there is an actual interest inbuilt in him is there, or he is trying to develop that interest. But I always suggest it in a way, like you can take the consulting of an career counselor, or you can go for a simple psychometric test where the student interest and aptitude and personality and their IQ, you will be getting it in a very proper format. So that will give you a scientific method of clarity.
Clear, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much for the clarification.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you please explain if a CBSE student can switch to NWSC syllabus, NWSC board?
NWAC.
After completing 10th for 11th and 12th.
Okay.
And
now,
what are the streams available which are equivalent to this PCM, all those things?
Okay. Now, coming into the NWSC stream, like what is the actual thinking behind you planning for a switch in this way?
Since it is American syllabus, so we feel that it will have more international scope, all those things.
Yeah, okay, understand. If you are purely planning for an abroad study, then the switching is going to be a good thing, because when you are going for abroad curriculums, like IB or American or British curriculum or any of these curriculums, when you are going for an abroad curriculum, if you have a planning of taking that student into the abroad education, so there this curriculum is going to play a very huge role than a normal student who is in the CBSE and thinking about an abroad curriculum or abroad education. Better than that, they'll be having a little bit more idea about how the education system is going to work over there, because when you think about these type of abroad curriculums, you always need to understand it in a way like their teaching methodology itself is very different from any other curriculum. If your child is a child who has followed CBSE curriculum till date or till 10th grade, and you are just changing from 11th and 12th grade to another curriculum, please always keep this in your mind. Their teaching methodology itself is different. There the faculties are not going to come behind the student and to do something. There the student is the player. Always remember this thing, when you are getting into a different curriculum, student is the most important key point over there. If you personally ask with me it in a way like, I'll not support switching of curriculum in 10th from 11th or 12th grade. If that student has adjusted with a curriculum till 10th grade in CBSE and switching him into 11th and 12th grade, personally, I will not be supporting on this thing. But if you have that intention and if you think it in a way like your child is capable enough to cope up in a faster time duration, then you can always go for this selection. Like here, you need to always think it in different way also. In getting into these curriculums, the students are having more options. Like they don't need to write physics in the starting. They can keep that physics till the last and they can write physics last. Or they can keep chemistry in the starting. They can write chemistry in the starting, or they can tend to write chemistry in the end. So there are much more differences than the CBSE curriculum in these curriculums. Because
but for us, sorry.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay, please go ahead. But for a student who could not conclude their career, who could not finalize their career, as far as CBSE is concerned, there are restrictions. We have to either go for PCM or PCB, whatever it may be. So there are more restrictions in place.
Yeah.
Is there any other board or other whatever syllabus where instead of CBSE, where there are more flexibilities after completing 11th and 10th, they will be able to go for select any stream, all those things?
Sir, when it comes to the American curriculum, or when it comes to this British curriculum, or when it comes to IB curriculum, or these type of curriculums, here you need to understand the main difference between these curriculum and the CBSE board is what the thing that you have already mentioned. Here in schools, in other different schools, other curriculum schools, if you see, starting from 6th grade onwards, the students will start doing self-project by themselves, and it is not like a similar project what the students in CBSE are doing. They are doing better projects in developing websites, in developing coding, who has interest towards the like IT field or these type of field. They'll be put into that type of career or that type of projects by themselves with the guidance of the faculties. So that is one thing which is extremely lagging in the CBSE curriculum. As I said, it is very correct, but we can always hop it in a way like as the NEP, new education policy, has been come into the picture. So there are a lot of changes which is also being adopted to the education system from last almost 30 years of time. So we can also hop it in a way like hereafter moving ahead, even in the CBSE curriculum also, there are many changes which is going to happen, and our students also will able to withstand these like abroad curriculums. But if you look about it in a way like if it is related to students giving the opportunity, and if you strongly believe it in a way like putting over there is going to be, or the student is going to adapt it in a very proper manner, then I'll always suggest it in a way like you can go for other curriculums if you find that student in a very like superpower. Because changing of curriculum is one difficult thing, changing of teaching methodology is one difficult thing, and changing of school is also going to be one difficult thing. Because here you need to understand one thing, none of the books which we refer is not been used in any other abroad curriculums. Their books itself is very much different, because for your 2 year or 3 year they also have a 13th grade system. So for that 3 year of time, you will be getting one single textbook, and for examinations, they'll be having portions of that textbook coming for the examinations. So their examinations criteria, their stream selections criteria are entirely different into this thing. But here always you will get an opportunity of additional exploration. That opportunity you always will be having, your child is always will be having that opportunity to explore additional things into it. Same is in a way, like for an example, if you are taking coding, he'll always get an opportunity to explore that to the maximum level, and he'll get the opportunity to compete even with the competitions better than in the CBSE level. He can compete in the competitions. But here also you can also look into the CBSE curriculum also. There are Olympiad examinations which is been conducted in artificial intelligence. So always if he has that opportunity exploring mentality in his mind, so automatically he can get into these type of like NTSE examinations after 10th grade. He can go for KVPY examinations. So these type of opportunities are still available when he is in the CBSE curriculum itself, if he is looking for a different exploration of the thing.
Sir, we also with the CBSE, the child can go into abroad universities and abroad
Always.
colleges, isn't it?
Always.
So do you think is there a need for the children to trouble them at that age to a different curriculum?
But here the difference which will happen is like, say, imagine it in a way like your student is studying in an American curriculum school for your 11th and 12th grade. Okay. Here the difference which will happen is like, these people has in the school itself, they have that like availability of putting themselves into the abroad education, because they are trained it in that way. So that easiness is not going to be there for the CBSE students, because for CBSE students, they have to find the way by themselves. So imagine it in a way like, last year I had a student who is doing 11th grade in an British curriculum, sorry, in an American curriculum school in UI itself, where he has confirmed the admissions in UK in medical field. And the university has asked him to get the requirement of this many percentage CGPA of mark in his 12th grade. So then he'll be able to directly go to that college and get the admissions over there, where that opportunities won't be there for the CBSE students, because CBSE students can always look into this thing after completing their 12th grade. So they have to wait for that timing. So that's the thing which I asked in the starting itself with that parent, that whether you are looking for abroad education. So when you are looking for abroad education or when you are looking for career exploration, there are differences in this. Yes, sir.
If you compare the CBSE curriculum with the other international curriculums, which one is the best in your opinion? Not only for the 10th the standard students, those who are pursuing, from first standard or 5th standard onwards also. Yeah. So that as a whole, which curriculum is better, CBSE or international curriculum?
Sir, if you ask with me, I'll always go with the CBSE curriculum.
Why? You told that they are creating the children competent enough to pursue their career. They will understand their abilities from the beginning itself, and they will develop it. All these are not happening in CBSE. CBSE, all the students are taught the same subject.
Sure.
So why do you still recommend the CBSE?
No, sir, but here the difference that you need to understand is in the schools also. There are a lot of difference which happens in each and every school. Like, just for example, I'll tell you it in a way, like everyone will be knowing about JUM school over here. Like in UI, there is a school called as JUM school, and they have a group of schools which is functioning over here. Like JUMS has different schools in UI itself, which follows the same CBSE curriculum. But when it comes to their Dubai, the main school over there, that school has the maximum opportunities given for the student, where the schools in Abu Dhabi, which is in Benias, is that students are not getting that much of opportunity. But the students, those who are studying in Dubai campus, they have lots of opportunity to exploring their career. Even there is a small child who is an entrepreneur who is studying in that school, where these opportunities is not being given for the students who is studying in their Benia school. This is just an example of one group where I'm sorry to take that name. It's not for putting down any name or anything. I'm just giving an example in that way. Same way, when it comes to CBSE curriculum, like I'll just give you an example in another way also, in a way, like as you said, which is very correct. Like in 11th and 12th grade, you have, according to the CBSE, there are lot more than 35 plus options available in CBSE. more than 35 plus options are there. It's not just about psychology or IT or information technology or PT, physical training, or computer science. These are not the options. There are more than 35 options available in this. But here, when it comes to the schools are not able to cater that much options or exactly as how the CBSE has that. So that's where the difference comes into. But when it comes into the other curriculum schools, they have the similar criteria followed by every school. You get into any school following the American curriculum, it will be tick to tack. There is not going to be much difference. Only thing is like the faculty is going to be different. But their system or their procedure that they follow is going to be very similar. But here, when it comes to CBSE schools, when you get into, when your child is going into 11th and 12th grade, just for example, even there are many options which is not available in most of the schools. So it depends upon that criteria also. What is the school that you are getting into? That is also a bigger like parameter when you think about CBSE as an actual curriculum. Even though CBSE is the curriculum which has been changed or by the national education policy, the new education policy which is introduced, it's after 30 years it's been changing. But sorry, whatever the changes that they have put right now is going to be better than any other curriculums, because starting from 6th grade onwards, our CBSE curriculum students is also going to study coding, where they'll be getting the opportunity of doing internship outside. But the problem behind is like these opportunities are already existing in other curriculums. We are little bit late, little bit in the sense that 30 years of late happened for us to implement this thing. But still, if you can see in India or in UI, there are many schools where they do all these things, even though it is not included in the curriculums. They give that students opportunity. Artificial intelligence lab. There is no mandatory thing by the CBSE to have an artificial intelligence lab in your school. But you can find many schools has built artificial intelligence lab by themselves to give that opportunity for the students. So it depends upon the school also, how do they implement the things into the structure. So that's also going to be a very big decision making structure when it comes to like, I also understand it in a way like why you are this much worried about the CBSE curriculum. I understand it completely, because most, even we also say the same thing. But when it comes to comparing the education system, like next thing is in a way like when you are thinking about for a student who is studying from first grade to higher grade, say imagine it in a way like when they are coming back into India in any ways, like let it be of higher studies, let it be of degree courses, anyways, it's going to be very difficult for them to cope up with the thing, cope up with the system which is running in India. Just for example, a student who has studied 12th grade or 13th grade in any other curriculum, and maybe because of something, that student is planning to go back to India for their higher studies or for doing degrees, I'll give you in writing it in a way like it's going to be very difficult for them to cope up with their education system. But it is going to be very easy for them if they are going for abroad educations, or whether
Thank
they are
you, sir.
planning.
Thank you, sir. This is the big point. This is the first point, first difference.
Yeah.
You know, couple of my friends' parents who lost job because of the pandemic, and they went to India. They are struggling to get their children adjust there to study and then pursue their education, because they were in English, British curriculum here.
Yeah.
So literally, that's a big problem. Actually, thank you for bringing that up.
Oh, no, this is actually a bigger struggle that the people will be facing. I'm not saying it in a way like everyone is going back to India or something like that. But the situation in UI right now, everyone can see it in a way like there is no there is an uncertainty which is existing always. So when you are in an outside country, so automatically go for the safer methods. Like whenever you need to go back to India or something, that student should not feel that difficulty in it, because I'll just give you an example in a way like if you are in any other curriculum without a laptop, there no work will be happening, because their system is followed it in this way that the faculty will be sending the assignment in the laptop, in their Gmail or the port which has been created by the school, and then the student has to do that, and then the student has to submit it back. So it's like a college system or like a university structure that that these colleges, these schools are following. It's not like they are going to be in that way, in a way like, okay, student need to push. There the student is the people who need to decide it in a way like, okay, I have to get into that level. Even I'll give you an example. For the lower grades, for these curriculums, there is no syllabus which is existing where they are still, where till 5th grade or 6th grade, where they are teaching the students it in a way like abacus method or easy method of calculations, additions, and this thing. It's a different level of foundation that they are trying to bring it up. But whether that foundation or that bringing technology is going to adapt the students with our system which is already existing in it, in any case, if the student need to go back. So that's where the biggest changes which is going to come. And then third thing, regarding any of the careers, like if they need to get into schools in India or in degree courses in India, so there is always going to happen an competitive examination preparations which they have to do. At that time, it is going to be very difficult for the students, because I had seen 11th and 12th grade students where they struggle literally in mathematics because they are not used to the system of calculator. Without calculator, they won't be able to do anything. I'm not blaming any of the curriculum here, sir, but there are pluses in different curriculum. Also, in the same way, there are negatives in other curriculums also. When you go for both the thing, the main point which stucks on is in a way like CBSE also has the career explosion opportunities. Other curriculums also has the career explosion opportunities. It depends upon it in a way like whether the student is going to adapt into that stage, whether the student is going to keep themselves in that level. So that is going to be a very big question mark for the people, those who are changing from 10th grade to 11th and 12th grade. And when I say that CBSE curriculum is the best which I had seen, there is one big reason which is behind that also, is in a way like I'm also a person who was built in that way. So automatically, whatever the experiences that right now we have is because of the curriculum that we have followed now, is because of that experiences that we have got it in that curriculum. So automatically for me, that will be the curriculum which has made me into some different thing. So for me, that's the one which is going to be the best. But if I can have a chance to discuss with your child, then automatically I'll be able to help, like support it in a far more better way. I hope the doubt is clarified, sir. Yeah. Now, I hope we have deviated a little bit into some other matters than coming into the discussion. So now bringing back into the discussion point when it comes to careers in PCM. Here, you need to understand one thing. When you are in PCM stream in your 11th and 12th grade, you can easily get into any streams in humanities or in arts or in commerce. Humanities, arts, and commerce streams are widely open for you when you are in PCM stream. Same way, PCMB stream also, like you have physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology, all the 4 subjects in your hand. You will be wide open for your careers in humanities, commerce, and in science streams. Let's discuss about what are the main careers when it comes to your mind in when you think about PCM. Engineering is one of the career, architecture is one career, information technology, commercial pilot, merchant navy, industrial designing, mathematics, and statistics. Statistics is right now very much booming back in India also, because I'll give you one more example in a way like right now, if you see in India, there are many multinational companies are starting up their subsidiary offices in India, where they are outsourcing their work to the people in India. And there are many companies which is coming up with the statistics requirement, like you can call it as a statistician requirement for these companies to analysis their data or analysis their project and give them an outcome out of that. So they are getting even in a monthly basis of very high payment sitting in their home country, and they can walk over there. So that opportunities for the statistician is also very high right now. And defense services, this is one of the main important point that you need to look into in a way like mathematics plays a very high role when it comes to defense services, because the people those who are good in mathematics is required in the defense services. So these all are the some careers which you will be looking at as a career options once you are getting into a stream of PCM. Anyways, don't worry about this thing. I'll be sending you a detailed list of all the courses, each and every courses with their duration, time, and everything in your mail after completion of this webinar. I'll be sending it to you in your mail also, and in the chat option also, I'll be sharing it with you. So you can download that and then you can look into that also. And if you have any doubts, clarifications, you can get back to us at any point of time. We'll be sharing our contact details and everything by end of this webinar. So you can get back to us at any point of time also is there. Now, coming into the careers in PCB, medicine is one of the most important career. Sorry, I'll just give a clarity on this thing. And engineering careers right now for the students in UAE, you have to be very clear about this thing, because there was an option which was called as DASA scheme, direct admissions for students abroad, was existing in UAE. But right now, what the India government has done it in a way, like under DASA scheme, earlier the student used to write SAT2, but right now that SAT2 is being removed and the students need to write JEE main entrance examinations to get admissions under DASA scheme. So please keep this in your mind if you are a student who is looking at engineering career or to get into NITs in India, and you are still in UAE and you have an easier option in DASA scheme. But here you need to understand one more thing: the same examination where 11 lakhs, 14 lakhs of people are writing in India, that same examination itself is the exam that you also need to write. So please keep this in your mind that your hard work is going to be very high when you are selecting that career. Now, coming into the careers in PCB, medicine, which is the first career that everyone will be looking at when they thinks even about PCB. Like medicine right now, if you have an option of medicine, there is many changes which has happened in medicine from last 6 years, which is the most important one is NEET, National Eligibility Entrance Examination, which was introduced into the system. Now, for anybody who is looking for medicine admissions, which is for MBBS and for BDS, to be very clarified, MBBS and BDS, for these people, you have to get into the rank list of NEET. But if you are a student who is looking for BHMS, which is homeopathy, BAMS, which is Ayurveda, BNYS, which is naturopathy or physiotherapy, or any of these type of medicine courses, you don't need to get into rank list for getting the admissions. You just need to qualify that admission, qualify the NEET examinations. And for anybody who is looking for a medicine field for study abroad, please make sure it in a way like once your 12th grade is completed, even though you are going for study abroad, you have to qualify NEET entrance examination. Because just imagine after completing your degree from abroad, and then you are coming back to India and you need to get an Indian Medical Council registration number for working as a doctor in India. If you have not written NEET examinations and you have not qualified in NEET examinations during your time of 12th grade, you will not be getting Medical Council registration number when you are coming back from your abroad education to India. That means you will not be able to work in India as a doctor. So please make sure, or please keep this thing in your mind when you are thinking about medical. And then coming into home science, then allied health services. There are many courses which is right now very much booming in this field, which is called as dialysis technician, which is x-ray technicians, or many other courses in these fields are becoming very high market value right now in the medical field. And when it comes to this pandemic situation which is happening, medical field is one most important field which is booming also right now, because all the people in the medical field is working very hardly to overcome the situation that everyone is facing right now. So that field has a very high booming at this point of time. Now the other career options are animal husbandry and veterinary services, biotechnology also has very high market value right now. Bioinformatics, which is also comes under biotechnology itself. Biotechnology is something which you can get focused into your research field, where you are interested to do research in that field. Then automatically biotechnology is one most important field that you can look into. Forestry, agriculture, dairy and food technology, radiology, forensic science, nanotechnology, academic research work, and nanotechnology, forensic science. These all are the field where you will be able to get or build your career in a very proper manner. But here always you need to understand the difficulty level in this thing is building your career in this specialized field, where example as forensic science or nanotechnology or academic research. Here you need to have a lot of time putting into studying these things, because it's a study that you do till the end. So always make sure it in a way like these fields are very attractive. Same way, these fields has that much hard work that you have to put into the system also is there. So please keep that also in your mind. Now, coming into the courses or careers which is there in commerce stream, chartered accountant, which is the
Regarding this PCB, there was one option, radiology. Can you please explain what are the careers available under radiology?
So it actually comes in the field of hospitals. Like when you are now
radiology itself or some sub streams under sub careers under it.
No, sir, it's a radiology itself, because I have just included it in a way like the most like attractive things according to the right now situations.
But for radiologists, he has to complete MBBS first, you know. Without the MBBS, can they directly pursue radiology?
Sir, there is right now, when they are getting into the MBBS field, they have to complete that and then they have to go into radiology field. But when it comes to radiology field, there are small courses also which is right now available, which comes under the allied health services field, which is not comes under directly in the medicine field, but there are like you can get into a 6-month courses, these type of courses which comes under the allied health services stream.
So like an assistant to a radiologist?
Yeah.
Okay,
so that type of field courses are also available in that. But as you said, it is correct. But when it comes into the degree courses, and after that, when it comes to the radiologist, but there are allied courses where you will find a support system to the main medicine field.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, now coming into the okay, any others has any question to be asked in the this thing science field? Any other questions to be asked? Don't, it's something it is not in this slides also you can ask, because I have just selected the most important things only and I have kept it in the slides. But when you come into the career options, what is the ER or what is the basic informations that you require about the career options, that we will be sending it to you as a PDF format, and you can go through that, and there you will be getting a little bit more information about that. Here, if I say, if I start explaining that, then for each and every courses, there are minimum 4 to 5 or more than 6 subsidiaries which has been coming down. So that's the reason we'll make sure it in a way like we are sending it in email. And one more thing which I'll be doing in a way like before ending this webinar, I'll be sharing it in your chat also. So you can download that and then you can look into that. And then if you have any doubts or clarifications, we'll be there to support you out in that. Okay, now coming into the commerce field. Okay, now here the most important thing which I had said it in the starting itself in a way like, please don't commerce as a stream or as a career because you have difficulties in science. Please don't look into commerce as in that way, because earlier many people used to do it in the same way. Like if you ask with your 12th grade, like the people those who are doing in 12th grade also, they will say very simply it in a way like, okay, if you are selected science stream and he's in the 12th grade guy is in commerce stream, he'll always say to you it in a way like, you are just simply wasting time. I have a lot of free time for me. I can play in games. I can do that thing because I don't have much things to study. It's a very easy, cool thing for me to do. But now here, when you think about commerce as a career options, always keep this in your mind. The best careers in commerce are literally difficult than any science field, because their preliminary step or the first step that they have to take is very difficult, and you have to be very good in calculations in this field, because this is a field where you can get into a very high career with very high payment options, very successful in this way. But to complete that career, it's a very hard journey that you have to take. Just for example, you can take this chartered accountant, CA, where every commerce aspirant will be looking at this career as their dream career, who thinks it in a way like, okay, I have to take a commerce stream to become a CA, chartered accountant. But here always you need to understand it is highest difficult thing to become into that field, because the 3 stages which you have to complete it in the starting itself is going to be literally difficult. CA CPT examinations, which is very hard, which is conducted in twice in a year, where you need to put your complete effort into doing it. And then comes the company secretary or CFA or cost and work accounting, banking system, stock broking, insurance and actuaries, and economics. Here in banking or stock broking or insurance, these all are the similar thing which right now you will be listening into, or you will be seeing a lot about stock broking at this right age, because everybody has right now become as a stock broking agent right now, because there are many new companies which is launching new applications for making the stock broking as a simple thing. But when you actually start doing it, it is literally a difficult thing where you have to be updated with your current market scenario, where you have to have a proper knowledge about the changes in the market which is happening. So studying about that thing is also not an easy thing. It's a very difficult career, but getting into these things gives you a liberty or a freedom by itself. So that's the reason we have selected only these many courses for commerce, or these many careers in commerce. Okay. Yeah. Now coming into the humanities. As I said in the starting itself, humanities is an area where you need to have that creativity inside yourself before you get into the stream. Because fine arts, where you have to be that creative, or where you need to carry that creativeness inside yourself, then only this career options is going to be the best one for you. Or else you will not be satisfied with that career option, or neither you will be successful in that career options. Now coming into the second one is journalism or mass communication, academics, social work, psychology, and then languages, political science, and literature. So these all are the career options which will be available when it comes to humanities field. Okay, now discussing about a little bit about generic careers. Generic careers in this, from different field you can get into this careers. Like you don't need to be a specific of science or commerce or a humanities students to get into this career. Now you can listen it in a way like law, as I said, CLAT examinations. As a PCM student also you can get into this career. As a commerce student also you can get into this career. Now, travel and tourism. Travel and tourism is one new age career which is drastically changing when the adventure word is getting into this field. Because as of right now, travel and tourism is not much bigger market because of this pandemic situation. But if you see adventure, travel and tourism, right now there is a very huge career options which is available those who are getting into this field, adventure, travel and tourism field. Hotel management, as always, it has that career option. Entrepreneurship, here you need to be very clear. When you are getting into an entrepreneurship, you always be ready to take that difficulties or the hardship that you have to carry to become a successful entrepreneur. And then designing, interior fashion, fashion technology is also one most important thing that you can focus because of NIFT, National Institute of Fashion Technology, or designing field, which is always be looking into an architecture designing or designing this interior designing, all these type of things which is very good in their career options. Animations, photography, teaching, hospitality management, and MBA, these all are some of the most important generic career options which you have. Now, coming into the offbeat career options or new age career options which you have. Now, these career options, you need to look it in this way, that here you don't need to have a professional qualifications to get into this career, but you have to be a master in something. For example, trainers. For becoming a trainer, even though there are so many certification programs, but you don't need to have a preferred degree. You don't need to have an engineering degree or a degree certificate or any other qualifications to be into a trainer program. There are many certifications courses that you can do it. But even though if you don't have that incapability or that experience to be as a trainer or to produce as a trainer, then automatically you will not be successful in this career. So that is the speciality of offbeat careers or new age careers, where alternative medicine or therapy. Right now, if you see, there are many yoga practitioners which is becoming as therapist, where there are right now, if you see, it is in a way like hugging therapy. There was one thing which was something like which was there, which is followed by the foreigners, that which is hugging therapy, or like when you hug somebody and when you stay there for some time, in that there is a change in the human mentality which is happening, and there is a certification for that is also there, introduced by some of the universities. So in these type of field, there will be certification courses which is available for you sometime, or sometime there will not be certification courses which is available for you. But you don't need to be a master of something. Like you don't need to have a proper education or to be a proper degree or any other qualifications to get into this field. That's the difference from other careers and offbeat careers. Now coming into event organizers, pet groomers, you have seen it in UI also, like they come into your place where you have a pet over there, you can book the calling, and then they'll be grooming your pet and they'll be getting it ready, they'll take the payment. So these type of people, they don't have that qualifications for becoming a pet groomer, but they'll be having their certifications allowed by that each and every government. Jewelry designers, freelancers, web designers, sports coach, adventure sports instructors, wedding planners, archaeology, marine, real estate agent, social media consultant, political campaign manager, personal trainer, graphic designer. Even though graphic designer has degree courses which is available right now, but if you are good in the starting itself, to be like when you are doing in your 12th grade or in 11th grade, and you are good in designing things, you can always work as a graphic designer, as a freelancer while you are studying. Even if in your college days also, you have that liberty to do that, even if you have that capability of doing it in a very proper way. So that's where these offbeat careers comes into the picture. Makeup artist, photography, industrial design like product designing, furniture or interior designing. Like when you think about furniture, there is a company in Pepperfry which is there in India, where they are collecting the materials from different companies and putting it in online, and they are selling it into anywhere in the world. But the people, those who are putting their product over there, are not the qualified people to build this furniture, because there is no certifications in that way. But they are good in producing their furniture in that way, and they can sell their product. So in offbeat careers, you don't need to be having a proper education qualification, but you have to be a master in it. And always remember it in a way, like when you are getting into offbeat careers, there are high risk also involved in it, because you are following your passion and you are getting into that field. So it's not an easy field also. So please make sure it in a way like you have that risk involved in this career also is there. Yeah, I have just stopped the screen share session. So right now, if you have any doubts or any clarifications or anything that you have to discuss, you can just ask whatever that is there to be discussed. If whatever the knowledge that I have, I'll be helping you out in that. And for the time being, I'll be just sharing you the documents in your chat itself. Right now itself, I'll just share you the document in the chat, where you'll be able to find a little bit more information regarding the courses and everything. So if, yeah.
Can you please tell about the scope of physician assistant?
Physician assistant.
Yeah,
One second.
PA.
One second, sir. One second.
Yes.
One second. Let me just send that document, sir, because some of the people are leaving this. So I'll just share it with them, and then I'll clarify this. One second. File. Okay, I have just sent a file of new age career options where you can just have a look into that. And now I'll be sharing the one more, which is of okay. Now one more file I'll be sending, which is of self counseling file. So in both of this thing, you'll be able to find out uh, what is the like what are all the courses. Each and everything will be listed in that. It's by the careerguide.com. So as I walk over there, I'll be able to share that files in the same level itself. We are not putting any other company logos over there. Yeah, okay. Sir, coming into physician assistant, right, sir? Hello?
Yes, physician assistant, yes.
Okay, so it's actually like what actually you need to know it in a way, like whether you need to go for a BSc course or something related to that, or the scope of that.
We would like to know the scope of that and what course should be taken
There
for
are
this.
there are BSc courses which is available for that, for BSc physician PA courses are available, but I'm not sure about it in a way, like which all are the colleges has that courses, that I have to look into that. But when it comes to the career opportunities, always it in a way like they always comes under in the way of aligned home courses of medicine, nor a doctor or neither a person who is certified to do something in that. It just becomes as an assistant where they helps the doctors, where they take the what you can say, the instructions by the doctors and they help them out. Just for example, it in a way like you can call like if there's a wounded person who is coming into the hospital or something, and there is a physician assistant is there, so related to that injuries or a diagnosis or examine the injuries, these type of thing job will be handled by the PAs. But automatically when there is BSc PA courses are also available, same way there is BSc nursing courses are also available. So I'm also not sure it in a way like where this actual difference in the career will be coming into the picture, than from a looking at in a perspective of uh, like nursing, and the difference between nursing and a perspective of a PA physician assistant course. I'm also
So
not
there is
that.
no much scope. This opportunity, vacancy will be filled by a nurse. Therefore, there won't be much scope for this course, no?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that is a reason it in a way like. But when you need to think the medicine field as in this way, sir, in particularly in medicine field, you need to understand one important thing in a way like, if there is a course which is available in medicine field which is called as PA, that means there is a chance of making that post mandatory in the hospitals. Like right now, if you can see it in a way like, there are many people those who had dietitians which were not there in the hospital, but right now most of the hospital are taking dietitians are a mandatory post in the hospitals. So if the course is there in the field of BSc PA and BSc nursing, so that means there is always an opportunity for that PA in that hospital. But it always depends upon it in a way like how that hospital is going to take it. So automatically, if a hospital is going to try for a cutting down of the cost or anything, automatically they'll fill that post with the existing BSc nurse itself, because these PAs, what they'll be doing is in a way like, they'll be just examining the result, or they'll be taking the blood test result, or these type of things is what they are also doing. So it's a similar thing what the nurses are handling it. So
What about clinical scientists then?
sorry sir.
Clinical scientists.
Clinical scientist, I need to check, sir, because I'm not sure about that course. Clinical scientist, I'm not sure about. That I have to check.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
It was really
always.
helpful.
Anyways, I'll check and I'll update to you, sir, for sure. No issues in that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So any other parents has Any other doubts or clarifications or any other things that you have to discuss? No, sir. Yeah, okay.
Hi, Gladson. This is Siam's father.
Yeah, tell me, sir. Yeah. Hi.
It was very informative. Thank you very much.
Thank
We've
you,
been
sir. Thank
listening.
you.
It was not only for my daughter. My son also is in 11th.
Okay,
So
okay.
we just wanted to see, what fields to explore. So
Yeah,
at least,
okay.
thank you so much. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Okay. He can always look into that documents which I have sent, sir. Anyways, I'll be sharing it with the mail also, but he can look
I
into
haven't
that.
received it. I was just looking for it. I wanted to ask you, where did you share it?
In the chat, you can look, sir. I have sent it for everyone.
No, I didn't. I don't have it. Gladson. It's okay. I mean, if you're emailing it, that's perfect.
No. Anyways, I'll be emailing it also. I have sent it to everyone in chat.
No, I haven't received it actually. I just checked it.
Oh, okay.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
have
Anyways,
it.
I'll be emailing it. No issues in that, sir. I'll be emailing it. No issues. Okay.
Thanks again.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So for the people those who have not received it in chat, actually I have sent it in chat for everyone. Everyone I have sent it in chat. But if you have not received it, then I'll make sure it in a way like, and for the students which is already existing with us, for them I'll always be sending it in their email and in the Telegram group. I'll be sharing the same document. And for the other students, those who are registered from India through online registration, for them I'll be sending it in the email addresses which you have shared with me. So you will be receiving that document also. And always make sure it in a way like after going through that document or after going through that document in a proper way, if you are coming across with any doubts or clarifications, please make sure it in a way like you are getting back to us to clarify the doubts. We'll be always ready to help you out in any of your doubts, clarifications, or anything related to this. We'll be always be happy to help you out in that. And so if there is no other doubts or clarifications left out, so I hope we can wind up this webinar. And
can I ask last and final question regarding BSc anesthesia? Sorry to bother you much. I am father of
no. Tell me, sir.
Yeah, one-to-one counseling also with you. All this help.
No, BSc anesthesia is one good course which is required for every hospital. When it comes to the requirement of the hospital basis, it is required for every hospital which requires an OT facility, like an operation theater facility. Whichever the hospital has that, it's a must requirement for every hospital. But here, when it comes to the difference over here is in a way like, if there is no BSc anesthesian specialist is not there, but if you have an experienced hospital in a doctor in that hospital, so automatically you can cover up this field also if you have an experienced doctor in that field. But coming into studying BSc anesthesia is a very good course where upcoming opportunities are there. If you see dialysis was not a very booming course which was there in India when the people used to do the dialysis course in India. There were no much opportunities were available over there, but the people when started coming into UAE, the dialysis opportunities become much more higher over here, and the pay is also very high when it compared to India and in UAE. Because that opportunities are not available in India, that doesn't mean it in a way like that course is not having that value. But always looking into UAE or other market, these courses has very high value for the hospital where they properly follow the rules and regulations.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. And sir, regarding the medical courses, if you have any doubts or clarifications, I'll do one thing in a way like it's Safa, right, sir? Yeah, Safa Rashid. Yeah.
Yes,
okay. So I'll do one thing in a way like, sir, we'll sit for these BSc courses for medical field, like anesthesia or BSc speech and therapy or these type of BSc PA, these type of courses, whichever the courses that she has already chalked out. So we'll do one thing in a way like we'll sit with her once again and then we'll discuss on each and every courses regarding all the aligned courses, aligned like science courses. We'll discuss with her, no issues. And if required, and if required for an pure medical field specialist, that also we can do it, no issues in that. We'll have a discussion with them also, no issues.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Sure. So for others, I hope It was an informative session, whatever the information that I had given. I know it's not a complete information which I had given, but whatever the doubts that you have there, and it's not a session which we can cover up in 1 hour or 1.5 hour of time. Right now, it's almost 1.5 hour. It's going to be 1 hour 45 minutes that we have started this thing. I know this is not a session which we can cover up in this time also, but still, I believe it in a way like whatever that I have shared will help you out in making your stream selections or any of this thing. And if you find any difficulties in making your stream selection or any doubts, clarification regarding your career options, please make sure it in a way like you are taking a proper guidance from a proper person. Don't get into informations from 100 people and don't make yourself into a confused stage. Always prepare for a proper person and go for a doubt clarifications, and make sure that before getting in touch with that person, you are doing your groundwork by yourself, which will help you out in rectifying your mistakes. So this way, it will be very easy for you to go for your career or stream selections. And I strongly suggest in a way, like before getting into any of the field, go for a psychometric test, which is not going to cost you much. But I always strongly suggest, if it is possible, always go for a psychometric test, which will give you a scientific answer for your doubts and clarifications, where you will be getting clarity on it. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for participating in this thing. We had near around almost 15, 16 participants for this webinar. Thank you so much for everyone for taking your time for us. And I believe it was a very good session. It was an informative session for everyone. Thank you once again. So we'll just wind up this meeting over here itself. As I have promised, I'll be sending all these details in your mail also. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you so much. Thank you.